What's up, tankers? How y'all doing? Cosmic Carry here, rolling out in my AMX 1357. I think this is the first time this tank has been featured on my channel, even though I've had it for yonks. I believe I purchased it when it originally came out. I think so, but it was years ago. It was years ago. For those of you that don't know, this is a tier 7 French light tank, and your eyes do not deceive you. It has 8 shots with alpha damage for each shot is 90 times 8 is 720, which is potential damage. Of course, you're not going to pen every single shot, and especially not in this matchmaking, because as you can see, we are bottom tier. Literally at the bottom of the list in a tier 7, tier 8, tier 9 game on Malinovka, and we're gonna make it work. We matched up against a Bat Chat, and I think it was a Vanguard. What's the other one? A Holland Hunt. That's it. So I always kind of look at what are the opposing light tanks on the opposing team. That's kind of always important, because I'm gonna face off against them most probably, and it kind of works in my favor if they're taken out of the game real quick. I always kind of hope and pray that they YOLO players, and you know, they go for Artie and they get taken out. That's pretty much my only threat usually, is other light tank players. And yeah, fluffing, screwing this up completely here. And Artie, basically, because Artie can just drop a shell nearby close to you, and they're going to severely damage, cripple your tank. And as you can see, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, you know, and they're kind of working that middle area and lighting up my team and all of that jazz. And I'm not having any luck whatsoever here on this hill. And truth be told, when I was at this stage in the battle, I was saying to myself, this is going to be such a mediocre, if that, game. It's most really going to be null and void rubbish. Perhaps I'll score 500 points worth of damage, if that at all possible. As you can see, my team has all headed out into the field, and this is just a no-no. Occasionally it does work. It does work in this game, because, you know, I've uploaded it on YouTube, of course. But heading down here, it always kind of brings back memories of heading down here in the first year or so of the game, where I would head down here in my E100 or anything for that matter, because that's all I knew, basically. That's the kind of player I was back in the day. You know, I never went up the hill because I didn't know how to go up the hill. I didn't really know how to take the hill. I didn't know what tanks were good going up the hill, and so I would stay in the field here, you know, amongst these barns, houses, whatever it is. So I never ever usually go down here. But as you can see, I have no choice, basically. I have no choice. I can take this guy out. 720 potential damage. But like I said, he's like one tier above me. Great distance, but I could potentially, possibly, maybe take him out. A little bit of no, yes, come on. Hail Mary, no. And I'm lit up. So the thing that worked in my favor was my team was potato in this matchup, but I checked the replay afterwards. The enemy team was potato as well, just as bad. I think they were just equally as bad. So my hand is being forced, and I'm heading up into this direction when I don't really want to. I don't, you know, I know the reds that are up on the hill, you know, coming down the hill. I'm too far away for them to see me, to spot me, get shots on me. This Bat Chat, it's just, he needs to get at least 2 shots into me to kill me. I can, in the space of 8 seconds, I can do 720 damage. That's how long it takes to unload the entire clip. I think this is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, auto loading intra-clip speed reload for each and every shell. I think it's just under a second for each shell, so it's deadly when it does work, but when it doesn't work, yeah, it's not so great. So debating whether or not to reload here, I decided to go for the reload. I was fully expecting the Reds to take our base here, but they weren't being aggressive enough, and as you can see, my team is doing pretty well. As you can see, that down in the south, they're repositioning into defensive positions to prevent the Reds, who are coming down from the hill, to take our base, which is a good thing. Absolutely, 100%. And here I'm just being a bit of a menace, a bit of a pest. Basically, I'm hunting Artie. I was kind of I had a bit of tunnel vision there to take out Artie. I could have bit the dust, but I didn't. But that's what you do when you see Artie. You kind of get tunnel vision. You hate Artie, so it's kind of like must kill Artie. What can I say? So letting my two heavies here kind of take the lead, take the burden, you know, take the brunt, so to speak. Oh yes, please, absolutely. Can I? No, I can't. The aim time basically is it shoots too fast. You know, your aim time can't keep up. So if you're smart and if you're patient, you should allow your aiming reticule to zoom in before you take the next shot. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to just unload an entire clip and just go for it. Here I was fully expecting to pen from the front because it's a Skoda T50, but I don't, as you can see. I do pen from the side and I do eventually get the kill, and I've managed to secure 4 kills, and I'm bottom tier, and a game that started off as something that I thought was going to be severely meh has turned into something pretty decent, pretty fantastic. And it kind of teaches you, and I've had quite a few of these games lately, just don't give up. Honestly, just don't, you know, when you're pushed up against the wall, when you're pushed into a corner, just don't give up. You always have options. You're always presented with options. You can always perform a tactical retreat, or if you want to call it run away and relocate, especially if you're in a light tank. By all means complain about this and that when you're in heavy and you can't go anywhere, but sometimes this happens. You know, you have a really decent game and you pick up an Orlik medal, which is pretty significant because you basically killed, what is it, three tanks that are 2 tiers above you, which is pretty decent in my personal opinion. And I picked up a pretty decent amount of silver, and I came out top. See the contrast there? I was at the bottom, but now I'm at the top. So yeah, GG. Anyhow, nice little vid. Take it easy, guys. Adios muchachos.